Hi everybody, this is Mr. Hem here. In this video series, I'd like to give you a crash course in Python 3, and I'll lead you through what I do and what type of programming environment I install and what I like to use, and then show you some of the things that you could do in Python, which is pretty much a lot of things you can do in a lot of other languages. So let's get started. So before you deal with Python, you kind of got two options. You could do everything online and use the online compiler, but if you're doing things that require a bit of a higher performing environment, you probably don't want to be working online. But online's nice because you don't really have to install anything. You just need an internet connection. For my particular video series, I'll be using Visual Code, only because I like using that. But you can also use PyCharm. Before you install any of these two, make sure you've gone into the Python release website here and you've installed the correct libraries for it. I'll just show you. So over here, make sure you install that into your computer so you have all the interpreters for Python and all the libraries required. Alright, so that's what you want to do first. After that, you can choose whether you want to use Replit, which is an online interpreter, or you could choose to use PyCharm, which is here. This is an example of PyCharm, or Visual Code, which is this particular software here, and I'll be using Visual Code. Alright, so that's that. Now to install these things, you can watch a number of video tutorials online. You can find any old one that will show you how to do it, or you can contact me directly and I can help you through the installation process. Alright, so our learning intention is basically we want to build a simple ball bouncing object, and we want to spawn a lot of those. So I'll just give you a demonstration as to what we're trying to achieve. I'll demonstrate in PyCharm. And that's what we want to achieve. So balls bouncing. At some point when they get to the end, they'll disappear. And I could spawn more of different sizes. Alright, there you go. Now I'll also demonstrate the same thing in Replit, just to give you a demonstration. So same code, running it in Replit, don't know how to pronounce that. You can notice that it's the same code, but it's a little bit laggy because it's trying to stream this thing online, and it works the same way. Right, so obviously I'm going to be using the installed version because performance is not so great online, but you can do the same thing online. All right. So to do this particular project, we pretty much cover a lot of things. We're going to be covering a lot of the basics like classes, functions, loops, if-else statements, lists, arrays, data type conversion, and the two libraries we'll be using is this particular one, 10CC410, which is the graphics user interface library. There's a few others, but this is the one I chose for convenience sake. And we're going to use a random library which will allow us to generate random numbers. So basically everything we need to know on a basic level. So the first thing we need to do is set up the window, the 10CC410 window. Ooh, it's difficult for me. We need to set up a game loop, and I want to animate a moving circle. So that's kind of where we want to head. Let's have a look at our time, 5 minutes. I'll probably start a new video.